Hey everyone, Merry Christmas Eve if you celebrate. Happy Sunday if you don't. Hi. I was hoping that there would be some stories to cover today because I was like, after going to London, I missed you guys so much. And I was like, I just want to. This is like my happy space. I think that people don't get it. I get really bad anxiety if I'm not coming on the tube, even during holidays, which is the most wild thing. But we are back to talk about Vanderpump Rules drama because Tom Sandoval gave Ariana Madix a BS offer to buy her out of the house. And also, Sheena has some opinions on Rachel Levis's new podcast. So before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, you guys. So I wanted to start with the Ariana and Tom Sandoval situation because, as you know, we watched them buy their new house on Vanderpump Rules, right? Well, now the house, I believe they've been there for like 4+ years or something like that. Um, yeah, a lot's changed. A lot's happened. We have been wondering this whole time, what is your plan with this house? How are you going to maneuver it? Are you going to try to buy him out of it? Because if anybody's making the most money, there's articles all over Page Six, Radar Online, and all of these other major media outlets that are saying Ariana has made over $2 million off of Scandival. Okay. Well, based off of the promotions, the Dancing with the Stars, the Now Joining Chicago, the Lifetime movie with um, so many people, I feel. All of the social media and reportedly making anywhere between $55,000 to $75,000 a post at this point. If anybody could buy anybody out, it would be Ariana. Well, now we're hearing about it, and I wanted to bring this to you guys and see what you think. Thank you to All About the Real Housewives, but Ariana Madix sets the record straight on Tom Sandoval's attempts to buy her out of their home. Now, Vanderpump Rules fans kind of jumped all over the place when it came to the conclusions after season 11 about Tom Sandoval and Ariana and what was going to happen with their very awkward living situation. But Ariana told Katie in a new clip for Vanderpump Rules, she said, "I feel the house is the last thing tying things. What I think is psychotic is that he wants to buy me out and stay here. I'm sorry, but then you don't have to move and I do." But Katie was baffled and questioned Tom's motives in wanting to keep his and Ariana's home following their split. If he has that kind of money, go buy something else, is what she said. But in another clip, Ariana explained why she wasn't interested in selling the house to Tom. "What are you going to bring your little pen pal back over here? I don't fucking think so. From what I can tell, Tom and Rachel are still very much together because they're sending mail and packages back and forth to each other. She even sent a postcard with lightning bolts all over it. Get a new bit already." However, fans question her reasoning, and the Vanderpump Rules star set the record straight in the comment section saying, "We countered because his offer was trash and got nothing back. Jesus, you guys, it's going to be a long season." Now, Ariana and Tom called it quits, obviously, back in March after nearly a decade of dating, and this was following the scandal. And that's when Rachel checked herself into the health facility for treatment, but stayed in touch with Tom via letters, and we all knew about the letters with the lightning bolts. The two planned to continue their romance, but then after Rachel checked out of treatment, she parted ways with Tom. And she did reveal that she wouldn't return. But now they've been dodging questions about their living situation since the breakup. After 6 years of dating, the exes purchased their Valley Village home in 2019. Now, a month after his breakup with Ariana, Tom admitted that he had nowhere else to go. He said, "I don't have a lot of friends that I can stay with right now. I kind of run the house. I handle the gardening, the housekeeping. My assistant comes and cleans and stocks everything. I basically run everything in the house. Ariana's in the house. This is a big house. We have a go between. We text when we're coming and going. The house is not listed yet. No. Ariana's really busy right now. She's obviously blowing up, and I'm really happy to see that. But I've been busy as well trying to get things together." So now in recent months, Ariana has defended her decision to continue living in her home, saying, "I've never been with someone who came for money. I know how quickly that goes away." And that's what she said on Shenanigans podcast. "I'm taking care of myself. I have a pretty decent setup. My room is kind of like my own little apartment, and I stay in my little zone. I sleep a lot easier at night, not giving a fuck about when he is coming through that door. That is the one thing I have to say about us living in the same house. I don't have to think about how he is coming into my bedroom because he's not. I sleep with my door locked, just in case." Now, more recently, Ariana was on Watch What Happens Live, and She shared that Tom and his lawyer were holding up the process of her moving. She said, I'm working on this situation with the ownership of the house. I would love for that to be resolved quickly. So if the lawyer, Joe Weiner, could really get back to my lawyer, that would be fantastic. Mm, okay. Well, since we're talking about Rachel Leviss, I'm going to switch this up really quick because recently Sheena claimed the debut episode of Rachel, or formerly known as Raquel, her new podcast, Rachel Goes Rogue, was scrapped after it failed to receive approval from her therapist and life coach. Following the release of a teaser clip during which Raquel looked back on her months-long affair with Tom Sandoval and claimed that she quit Vanderpump Rules to protect Ariana, Sheena revealed what she heard about the podcast's first episode while also suggesting that the show is fully scripted. From what I heard, the first episode was not approved by her therapist and life coach and had to be scrapped and completely re recorded. That's just what I heard. A little birdie flew in my house and told me that. But in a sneak peek at her podcast earlier this week, Rachel, who attended 90 days of therapy after news of her affair broke, took aim at Sheena as she discussed the physical violence. She referred to a supposed punch in the face, which Sheena has still denied to this day, and admitted it was a hard process cutting ties with Sandoval. She said, I would love to see a video portion of the podcast instead of it being only audio because that's how you know it's fully scripted. I would like to see more. I mean, not that I'm going to watch or listen at all, but if she's going to do this, don't just be reading a script behind a mic. Show your face. Okay. According to Sheena, she believes that when it comes to what Raquel will be discussing on her podcast, she will likely be going back and forth with Sandoval, who launched his own podcast back in September. She said it's going to be a battle of the podcast back and forth. Now, also on her podcast, Sheena wondered how Vanderpump Rules fans have reacted to Sandoval, which I think at this point, guys, I feel like until season 11, we're just done. And I think that's okay. But I think as soon as season 11 comes back, everybody's going to be all like heightened again. Everyone's going to get pissed off again. But one thing that is kind of throwing me off a little bit is I feel like Ariana is pretty certain that fans are going to turn on her this season and she's going to be the villain in this story. And if the only thing that I could see as to why fans or anybody would turn on Ariana this season, it would just be because she's been so successful following the scandal, like with all of the promotions, with all of the new gigs, with the jobs blowing up, getting all of these opportunities. Like, but if we're pissed off at her about that, that just doesn't even make sense to me. How does she become a villain because she turned straw into gold? That doesn't make sense. But okay. So Sheena wanted to know, what effect do you think Scandival has had? Anyone that you know, have they said maybe now that they feel it's caused them to be less trusting? Does it make you look at friendships differently? Because I know the way it's affected people that were in it, but I'm wondering if people outside of it are like, wait, that happened to her? It can happen to me. You know what's the funny thing about Bravo is I think that there's something that everybody can relate to while watching Bravo. I think that whether it's alcoholism, cheating, drug abuse, probably not defrauding hundreds of elderly people, but I think that there are a lot of things that people can relate to, and I think that that relatability is what keeps people invested in watching the shows. Not only that, but then we also get to see people have babies and get married and divorced, and that's more relatable because people are every day getting married and divorced and having babies, and then watching people grow their families and then feeling invested in that. So it's just one thing after another. But guys, I don't want to keep you on this, so go ahead, comment below, let us know what you think, and more importantly, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and also Merry Christmas Eve. I love you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye. Say hi to Santa.